In the vast and silent expanse of the Chihuahua Desert lies a small town called Marfa. With a population of just 1,700 people, Marfa has grown into a global art hub, attracting countless visitors from around the world. But what exactly makes this town so special? How does the mysterious phenomenon of lights that suddenly appear in the darkness of the night add to its allure? This is life in the small Texas town of Marfa. Marfa is located in West Texas and was founded in 1883 as a water station for the Southern Pacific Railroad. Its name is believed to have been inspired by a character in Fyodor Dostoevsky's novel, The Brothers Karamazov, which was read by the wife of a railroad official at the time. Initially, Marfa was just a stopover town for railroad workers, ranchers, and soldiers. However, its vast, silent, natural beauty gradually began to attract more people. The town briefly grew as a center for ranching, but its growth remained limited due to its remote location in the heart of the Chihuahuan Desert. Everything changed in the 1970s when Donald Judd, an artist who had previously built his career in New York, grew frustrated with the art world, which he felt was overly controlled by galleries and curators. He sought a place where art could stand on its own, free from institutional interference. In 1971, he visited Marfa for the first time and found exactly what he was looking for: silence, isolation, and a landscape that provided space for authentic artistic expression. In 1979, Judd purchased the former military base, Fort D.A. Russell, and transformed it into a permanent home for his work and the art collections he admired. With this approach, he revolutionized how art was displayed, emphasizing the direct relationship between the artwork, the space, and its natural surroundings. The artistic revolution Judd brought to Marfa not only changed this small town, but also had a profound influence on the broader contemporary art world. One of his most important ideas was that art should be presented in a stable and permanent context, rather than as mere objects being moved from one exhibition to another. He established the Chinati Foundation, a museum that features his work alongside that of other artists, all within a permanent environment. Massive concrete installations in the desert and aluminum sculptures in former military barracks stand as concrete examples of his vision. Judd also introduced a unique approach to organizing his book collection. He amassed over 13,000 books, not arranged alphabetically or by subject, but by the birth dates of the authors, an arrangement that may seem random but holds its own logic, much like his art. This method reflects his belief that art and intellect should not be bound by conventional rules, but could instead evolve within a more personal and organic system. Although Judd passed away in 1994, his legacy lives on in Marfa. The town is no longer just a remote spot in West Texas, but has become a magnet for artists, curators, and tourists eager to experience the world of art in a deeper way. This transformation not only elevated Marfa as a center for contemporary art, but also reshaped its local economy. The vast and quiet Chihuahua Desert hides a mystery that has captivated locals and visitors for over a century: the Marfa Lights. These strange lights were first reported in the late 19th century by cowboys and local residents. They described the phenomenon as glowing orbs of light that floated, moved quickly, disappeared, and then reappeared in the distance. Some believe the lights are the spirits of native people wandering the desert, while others associate them with supernatural stories, such as the ghosts of lost travelers. However, scientists offer different explanations. Several theories suggest that the Marfa Lights are the result of atmospheric phenomena, such as light refraction or the reflection of vehicle headlights from far off on the horizon. Despite these theories, no definitive explanation has been able to prove the true origin of the lights. keeping the Marfa Lights a mystical attraction that continues to intrigue people from around the world. In addition to its mysterious natural phenomenon, Marfa is also known for its unique and experimental art scene. One of the most famous art installations is Prada Marfa, built in 2005 by the artist duo Elm Green and Dragset. Located along a remote highway about 42 kilometers from downtown, this installation is a replica of a luxury Prada boutique, complete with real shoes and handbags displayed inside. However, the door never opens, and the items inside are not for sale. Prada Marfa serves as a critique of capitalism and consumer culture, placing elements of luxury in the midst of an arid and quiet environment. This installation has become an iconic symbol of Marfa, drawing photographers, tourists, and art lovers from all over the world. Contemporary art in Marfa cannot be separated from the influence of Donald Judd and the Chinati Foundation. Founded in 1986, the museum features large-scale, permanent art installations spread across a former 340-acre military base. Judd believed that art should be experienced within the context of a vast environment, rather than confined to a closed gallery space. His most famous work consists of a series of blocks symmetrically arranged in the open desert, offering a unique visual experience that changes depending on the angle of light and time of day. In addition to Judd's works, the Chinati Foundation also showcases installations by other artists, including Dan Flavin and John Chamberlain, establishing it as a globally influential art center. Marfa isn't only about visual art, it also celebrates cultural expression through music and community. One of its most iconic events is the Trans Picos Festival of Music Plus Love, hosted by El Cosmico, a bohemian-style inn famous in Marfa. This festival combines indie music, interactive art, and creative workshops in the relaxed desert Texas atmosphere. Behind its fame as a center for art and culture, everyday life in Marfa still reflects the reality of a small town nestled in the heart of the Texas desert. With a population of around 1,700 people, Marfa has a close-knit community where everyone knows one another. Its residents come from diverse backgrounds, ranging from ranching families who have lived there for generations, to artists seeking inspiration, and newcomers drawn by the town's unique atmosphere. The majority of the population is of Hispanic descent, which reflects the long-standing influence of Mexican culture in West Texas. Local traditions are still strongly present, from small celebrations in the town center to traditional foods sold at modest local shops. However, living in Marfa is not without its challenges. Its isolation from larger cities means that access to many everyday necessities is limited. Supermarkets and large stores are few, so residents often have to drive long distances to obtain certain goods. Healthcare and educational services are also fewer compared to urban areas, forcing people to travel to nearby cities for more complex medical care or higher education. The extreme weather, with blistering hot summers and winters that can be bitterly cold, also plays a significant role in shaping life in this remote town. Amidst these conditions, the creative economy has grown into one of the main sectors supporting life in Marfa. Many small businesses have emerged, taking advantage of the town's allure as an art and tourism destination. Independent art galleries, cafes with unique concepts, craft stores, and design studios are increasingly popping up. Boutique hotels such as El Cosmico, which offer the experience of staying in vintage trailers or safari tents, attract tourists eager to experience the eccentric vibe that defines Marfa. Local restaurants serve an exciting fusion of Texas and Mexican cuisines, often incorporating organic, locally grown ingredients. Yet, the growing popularity of Marfa has brought with it another consequence: Gentrification. As more tourists and newcomers choose to settle in the town, property prices have skyrocketed. Many homes that were once occupied by longtime residents are now being converted into vacation homes or investment properties for wealthy individuals from cities like Austin and New York. As a result, local residents, especially families who have lived in Marfa for generations, are starting to feel marginalized. Traditional businesses are gradually being replaced by places more oriented toward tourists, often offering prices that locals can hardly afford. Despite these challenges, the Marfa community continues to strive for a balance between growth and the preservation of local culture. Several initiatives have emerged to ensure that the town's development remains inclusive for its residents. Community events, art education programs for local children, and support for businesses owned by Marfa natives are part of the ongoing effort to maintain the town's identity. Amid the dynamic changes taking place, Marfa stands resilient as a unique small town, a place where art, culture, and simple life in the desert continue to blend in a harmonious and evolving way.